Thanks for my beloved supervisor, Dr. Kamaluddin bin Abu Bakar and panel Dr. Yusri bin Ashad. My name is Kian Hao, which are from 3 BTMI. I'm gonna present my final year project, which the title is Effect of Green Technology Innovation Efficiency to High-Tech Companies. At Chapter 1, this study will discuss about introduction. While green technology has been increasingly popular in recent years, several of these commercial strategies date back to the Industrial Revolution. Scientists began observing the ecological repercussions of coal-burning industrial plants in the early 19th century. The development of numerous technologies and materials has resulted in green technology due to studies done by green technology-related specialists pointing to climate change and global warming caused by greenhouse gases. The adoption of eco-friendly technologies has grown to lessen the effect of waste in the industrial sector and the use of fossil fuels. With the threat of global warming and growing energy prices, businesses are beginning to recognize the potential in utilizing these technologies to reduce their carbon footprint and waste while still producing positive. For the research question, there are three questions which are: does green technology innovations have any effect on high-tech companies' costs? The second is: does green technology innovations have any effect on government policy and regulations? Lastly, the question is: does green technology innovations have any effect on great productivity of energy? For the research objectives, first objective is to determine the effect on high-tech company costs. The second is to examine the effect on the government policy and regulations. The final objective is to analyze the productivity of energy. There are many advantages to green technologies. Even green technology will be very helpful for humanity and environment, but there also will cause some issues related to the green technology, such as high R&D costs, high implementation costs, technical issues, high product costs, lack of knowledge of the public, and joblessness. Customers should expect high pricing at initially and shouldn't be surprised if they must pay extra for a green technology goods, at least until the technology matures. Authorities must, however, address some environmental technology challenges to guarantee that people can employ green technologies as effectively as possible to lessen our global environmental impact. At Chapter 2 Literature Review, they will discuss about three independent variables, which are production costs, government policies and regulation, and productivity of energy. Production costs are emerging countries have several hurdles as their financial and economic demands grow because increased economic activity is accompanied by an increase in energy consumption, and mostly from conventional sources such as gas, coal, and oil. Production costs always will be the problem for the innovation as when the high-tech companies didn't get enough fund to innovate or create something, it will become their challenge to be solved. For the government regulation, it may positively or negatively impact creativity. Increasing the advantages of regulation for innovation is one of the objectives of regulatory reform in OECD nations. Laws should be completely adaptable to changes in the political, social, and technical context in which they are applied through reforms. Technology change and how it impacts regulation goals and structure must be considered during the regulatory process. For the productivity of energy, the economic advantage we derive from each unit of energy we consume is measured by energy productivity. We can assess how efficiently any entity, a firm, or a country uses the energy it pays for by tracking energy production over time. The ability to define concrete agendas based on the immediate and quantifiable advantages of investing in energy efficient technology and practices it is made possible by focusing on improving energy productivity. And these are the theoretical framework of this study. For this study, there is three research hypotheses in which the first one is there is a significant relationship between the production cost and high-tech companies. In the context of industrial organization, green and inventive research typically focus on the impact of the firm size on corporate green innovation behavior, with little attention paid to the function of market rivalry. Market competitiveness has become the primary driving force for business green technology innovation in today's more competitive global buyers market, and disregarding competition aspects makes it difficult to uncover the underlying causes for green innovation behavior. The second hypothesis is there is a significant relationship between the government policy and regulation and high-tech companies. Regulation can be a useful improvement on the harsh power of antitrust laws while still protecting competition and consumers. However, simply repurposing industrial-era federal agencies to oversee these digital behemoths is not enough. These organizations are made up of dedicated professionals, but they operate under precedents and procedures that date back to slower periods of technology and innovations. The final hypothesis is there is a significant relationship between the productivity of energy and high-tech companies. The green technologies innovation will cause underemployment at the high-tech companies as the organization doesn't need so much labor force to complete a task since the technologies are affordable thereby decreasing energy consumption and pollutant emission per unit of output. At the chapter 3 of this study are research methodology. First of all, there is research design which the study chose is descriptive research design, and the purpose of the descriptive research is to characterize someone, something or anything in the natural world. There will be provided a questionnaire to the UTEM student for data collection. For the data collection, there are two types of data which are primary and secondary data. Primary data is the original and first-hand data gathered by data researchers, and the secondary data is refers to information that has been statistically validated and received from other sources. Probability sampling will be chosen in sampling design, which the year 3 student in UTEM estimated having 500 students, and the sample size will be 217 respondents. Lastly, there are four data analyses in this study, which are descriptive analysis, reliability analysis, Pearson correlation analysis, multiple regression analysis. This study provides a clear study on the current understanding effect of the green technology innovations efficiency to high-tech companies. Specifically, this research will benefit the company to designing an organization to adapting green technologies and becoming high-tech companies, which might be improving revenue through other way instead of costing big quantities material to produce a product. It also might increase the company marketing strategy to be more diversification. In addition, a complete explanation of the impact of green technology innovations to high-tech companies in this study may aid future study in transforming current technology into green technologies. And here are my main reference of this study. And that's all for me. Thank you.